Hello there, welcome to Target Radio's podcast with me, Cookie. Every single week we find different people to speak to, mainly musicians, artists in the unsigned realm of music. And what we do, we have a chat with them, find out a little bit more about them, and obviously explore their music. Now, if you are listening to this on iTunes, please, if you get a chance, give us a 5-star rating if you can. And please make sure you put some comments in there as well. If we're doing something right, that's great. But if we're not doing something as good and you think we could do something better, then please do leave us a message. Let us know. And if you want anything else in the podcast, again, let us know in the comments box. That will be brilliant. Okay, stay tuned then. Today we've got a brilliant artist. Have a listen to this.
Every Monday night.
We'd like to say that, in our opinion, it is not suitable for children.
Every Monday night.
Or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Every Monday night.
And every Monday night.
Then we have a super sound DJ.
Sean Cook.
Good people, it is my pleasure to present to you
Sean Cook.
the one and only
Sean Cook.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. Hello, 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 and welcome to the show.
So let's have fun.
Now, for those of you watching in black and white, this one is in Technicolor.
Stand by for action.
Oh, Sean Cook.
And a very good evening. Welcome along to Target Radio. It's Monday. Boo. Yes, I know. Of course, if you didn't go to work today, then it's hooray! Yes, I've been at work since 3 a.m. this morning. Then got delayed. And I usually have an afternoon nap, just to get rid of the bags under the eyes. Blooming traffic. Honestly, a spot of rain and no one can drive. Anyway, how was your Monday? Was it as good as mine? Probably not. Mine was a lot worse. Anyway, Target Radio here. Cookie here. No Andy at the moment. He's stuck in he's stuck in traffic as well. And don't forget, we've got a special guest live. Yes, the word live in the studio. Yes, none other than Mr. Mike Thompson. He's got his guitar. And he's going to be playing it a little later. And we're going to be having a chat with him about his brand new band. Oh, yes. Looking forward to that. You can find us on the social media sites. Target Radio, 4 presenters. Apparently that's me. And the listeners. Well, that's you guys. So get listening. Come on, open your ear rolls up. And start listening. You can sort us out on those free apps. Yeah, check us out on Facebook. You'll find all the apps there. You'll find the links and all the other bits and pieces. We're on the Twitter at Target Radio 247. Tumblr. No idea what Tumblr is, but we're on it. And Instagram as well. Yeah, great for radio. And of course, if you've got a question for Monsieur Mike, you can post it up on the Facebook and we're sure to read those questions out if you've got any. If not, you're contented. Great! And I've been assured that Andy is on his way. He never misses out on a free cup of tea. Honestly, he doesn't. Oh, talking of tea, I'm going to have mine now. I'm going to leave you with this one. Can you guess what it is? Hands up who said the Who. Yes, you're all right. This is Pinball Wizard. And don't adjust your speakers. It starts on the right, and then the bass comes in on the left. Go on, turn it up a little bit. I've got absolutely no idea what goes through their minds. Yes, your mic is on, never mind. Yeah, so they weren't feeling very well, so they popped some tablets that day. And that voice in the background you've just heard, or maybe not so much in the background, is one of Mr. Mike Thompson. Good evening, Mike. How are you?
Hello, Sean. How you doing? Nice to be here.
Brilliant. Why are you louder than me? That's not fair.
I don't know.
So you've come out on a rainy Monday evening.
I have.
Rubbish.
It's all right.
It's horrible out there.
Lovely to be here. It's nice in the the Sean Cook Man Cave.
Studio, please. Studio, please. So, we're going to talk to you all about your brand new band very shortly. We'll leave it for a minute because we're just waiting for Andy just to park up. So I know he's here. And obviously, we're going to quiz you. And obviously, you've got some songs that you're going to be playing as well, which I'm looking forward to.
I have, yeah.
Don't tell them what it is yet, though. Don't tell them what they are. But
I won't do.
oh, they are fantastic tunes. We've just been talking about them. And you're going to love it. If you love anything, you're going to love these 4 songs because they are all brilliant.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, well, I know so.
Me, maybe not. But
well, we might help you out on 1 or 2 of them. We never know. Now, obviously, I don't want to talk too much about, obviously, past things, but you're looking a lot better.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a rough year.
Yeah.
Especially the last couple of months.
Yeah.
But, feeling quite chipper now. On the last knockings of getting fully fit, I think. And it's been a bit of a learning curve, really.
Yeah, indeed. Absolutely. You just got to lay off those Ruby Murrays.
I'm sorry I couldn't make the Brighton thing.
Don't worry, mate. Don't worry.
We had a great turnout.
There was a couple of 100 million people there, you know.
Fabulous.
It
And
was
Sonics and Manny, was it?
Manny Pezzaroli.
Yeah.
I can do it now.
Yeah, very good. I've been watching the video clips and terrific. I mean, very pleased for you.
Oh, it was a really, really good day. And it was warm, but it wasn't too warm like it was a couple of years ago where it was absolutely baking. It was absolutely unbelievable. So, yeah, we had really good weather. It wasn't too blowy, wasn't too warm. It was just about right. So, good for musicians, I thought.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah.
So, obviously, in the pipeline then, brand new band. We'll talk about that very shortly, as I said, Mike. And what's happening with the Serious Chord Squad whilst all of this is taking place then?
Well, I think it's still there.
It's still there.
The squad's still there. Everyone's been doing other little things.
Yeah.
Course, you know, Andy's released his album and shown what a fantastic songwriter is, and a great album it is.
Northern Soul.
Yeah, it's
absolutely brilliant. And there's not one Northern Soul track on it. So
well, there you go. But
what's that all about?
It's obviously a pun on word, Sean. You know.
I know, because he's from the north.
Yeah.
And it's all soul sort of side of music, which is rather nice. I played that album, must have been about 4 or 5 months ago now, which I had a sort of an advanced copy, which is rather handy being a radio station. We get the advanced copies coming in. And, yeah, you're right. It's absolutely blooming marvellous. So if you've not bought a copy yet, why not? Mm-hmm. Have you got one? Of course you have, yeah.
I have.
Yes, I thought you might have.
Yeah,
so
Veer obviously has been working with the Shallow Lars. And that's
that dodgy bass player of yours, yeah.
But, you know, a great songwriter, Dan Robertson, great band, the Shallow Lars, and that's kept him busy, and why not?
Yeah, absolutely. He's touring. Did he do some European stuff, didn't he?
I think they have, yeah. I think they certainly played Paris.
Yeah.
French Boutique, I think they shared a stage, which are
correct, yeah.
Terrifically good band.
They are very, very good, and looking forward to seeing them next year, hopefully, when they start touring around the Brighton and South Coast area again. So French Boutique, yeah, that's another one I've got to tick off my list. Yeah, there's so many, though.
I'm sure Darren's doing his soul thing a bit, you know, and I'm sure in 2020, if something comes up, we'll be doing our thing again.
Funny you should say that,
you
Mike.
The last one, didn't you, in Brighton? Really?
Yeah,
good fun.
And that was great because you was on Brighton Pier before other people, shall we say? And that was a good turnout as well. We had quite a few people in there, and it was a really good afternoon.
Nice experience, experience indeed.
Absolutely. And none of us got seasick, which was rather surprising.
No, it's been good. I mean, down the years, Veer has got us on some good stages. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
absolutely.
100 Club, Halfpenny Putney, and obviously Martin Fuggles was kind enough to put us on at the Retro Festival. And then From the Jam, which you were at. So we've had some good times, you know. Over
absolutely.
I'm sure.
And there's more to come. There is more to come. Absolutely. I'll tell you what's coming now. It's the sun. The fabulous Beatles there, the Fab Four, Mike. And do I need to tell you anything about No, not really. Now, for those who don't know, Mike Thompson's Beatleology Hour, 29 fantastic episodes that you've done. I'm waiting for number 30. You knew that was coming, didn't you?
But I noticed your listening figures have gone up since I haven't been doing it. So do you want to bring that bloke whining on about the Beatles and his...
Well, now,
again?
The thing is, though, with obviously more listeners now, I'm going to rerun all of those for you. Obviously, I'm going to rerun all of those on a weekly basis to start with. Once you're fully fit and up and running, and you know you're going to be gagging to do number 30 and then onwards.
I think so. We just got to the point of the natural conclusion, didn't we? And then it...
Yeah, absolutely. So, right, okay, anyway. So, Mike Thompson's Beatleology Hour will be rerunning very soon, and hopefully that'll inspire Mike to get pen to paper and mouth to mic. Okay, here's the viewers then with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My goodness me. With me now, I've got Andy Topp-Walker, who's helping with the March of the Mods, which is Saturday the 21st of March, 2020, so that's next year. Kick-starting off at 1 o'clock all the way through till 1 a.m. Andy, 12 hours, mate. That's a long time.
12 hours of wonderful music.
It's going to be wonderful music. So, who's appearing on March of the Mods 2020 at the Holroyd Arms? That's in Guildford.
It's in Guildford, and I'm pleased to announce that from the Chords UK, we actually have Chris Pope.
Wow.
And he's going to be doing an acoustic set for us.
Okay, that sounds good.
We also have The Aim, The Spirals, The Sonics.
Who else we got?
Then we've got The Modern Apes. And then we're followed by, it's great to announce that the Trojan Beats are actually going to be there as well. We also have the 48Ks there.
Now, that is a great band.
Absolutely. So looking forward to hearing them.
Fantastic.
Them. A new up-and-coming young band called the Lightscopes.
And anything else?
And then we're having a bit of a Q&A session going
Question
on.
and answers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. With Modzines.
Ah, now, is that something to do with one Eddie Pillar?
I believe it is.
Wow. Now, are we going to be asking questions to Eddie?
No, I believe he's going to be asking the questions to some very special guests.
Oh, the great Eddie Pillar live on the stage area of March of the Mods 2020, and that's on the 21st of March at the Holroyd Arms. Target Radio, we're going to be recording the whole event live. Brilliant. And how do we get tickets, please?
You can, if you go on to Mods and More, we've got an advert going up there. Just click on the link and that takes you directly into the tickets.
Brilliant.
You can also do the same, obviously, here on Target Radio. Click onto the link, take you directly into the tickets. And then also on most of the great Facebook pages that are out there that have actually offered to promote this great cause.
That is fantastic. Brilliant stuff. And how much does the tickets cost?
The tickets are £10 in advance. And if you're lucky enough to turn up on the day and there are still availability, it's £15 on the door.
Brilliant. Excellent. Right, okay, so that's March of the Mods, Saturday the 21st of March 2020. Kick starts at 1 p.m. Don't be late.
Don't be late.
Okay, and you're going to look great. Bring a change of clothes because we're going to get hot and sweaty in there. Going right the way through till 1 o'clock in the morning. Do you think you can do 12 hours? Hey, I think it's about time we done these. It's birthday time. And with me now is our birthday princess, our birthday announcer. It's Ruby. Hello, Ruby.
Hello.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Good. Right, so it's birthday time, so we're going to do the famous ones first, are we, Ruby?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, so we're looking for all the famous people right now, and we've got... None! Yeah, but I don't know who that is. She's only 17. How's my audience going to know who that is? Ah, here we are. I mean, Ki Hong Lee is a TV actor in Hong Kong. How are we going to know him? Anyway, happy birthday to you, mate. Ah. We know who this guy is. That's...
Max Verstappen.
He's 22, he's a race car driver. Formula 1, actually. And he nearly won yesterday, but he didn't. Okay, there we go. Here's another one for you.
Oliver
Giroud. He's a soccer player, or a football player if you're from England. When I say soccer, come on. Are we American? Well, good evening to our American listeners. Okay, there's nobody really, really rich and famous that we really, really know. So today is not a good day if you are, a celeb. But let's go on to our main feature. And let's say hi and good evening, and more importantly, happy birthday to all of our Facebook fans. So first up then, we've got...
Richard Schaller.
Yeah, Richard Schaller. And he is the pen work on... he does lots of cartoons and illustrations. And the last scene on Rick Buckler's book, actually, his first one. The Start of the Jam. And he done all the illustrations on that one. So, good friend. Hello, Richard. Good evening and happy birthday. That's the only one I know. Right, okay, moving on then. Who we got?
Terry James Graham.
Happy birthday to you, Terry James Graham. Fancy having 3 names as your... Well, all of your name. How does that work? OK, next up we've got...
Roy Carter.
Happy birthday to you, Roy. No one's putting their ages up anymore now because we keep saying it, don't we, Ruby?
Yeah.
OK, we've got 2 of these, so we'll just do one.
Simon Paul.
And he is 95 years old. He's not really. I think he's being silly. And one more then. We've got...
David D. Corden?
That'll do. Good evening, David. I'm pleased you can say that, Ruby. And recent birthdays then from Sunday, we've got...
Billy Freedom.
And...
Corey Jake.
And...
Denver Blythen.
And... Hang on. And...
Anthony Lisa.
Yeah, that'll do. And...
Daz Beeks.
And...
John Scoots and Soul, Cambridge.
Cambridge even. And finally we've got...
Charlie Hempstead.
Wow. Oh, fantastic. Anyway, that's it. That's all our birthdays done and dusted. Thank you very much indeed, Ruby. Oh, what? You mean there's one more? No, we can't do that again. That was last week, Ruby. Andy's birthday. How did your birthday go, mate?
It was great, thank you very much.
That's okay. Don't worry, it's not you this week. Because you can't have 2 birthdays in 1 week, can you?
Well, I'm not the Queen.
No. Well, some people say that at the weekend, though. No, we're going to draw our attention to somebody else who's having their birthday this Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he says.
Again.
You're what? My microphone fell over. You're what? No, don't even go there, Mike. Because I can tell everyone how old you really are.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, well, I might. No, I won't, because you have not put your birth date on.
I was a teenager about the time of the Jam were happening, so you can date me from that.
Yeah.
So was I.
So was I. But I actually know how old you are. But we won't go down there. But I'll tell you what we will do. Won't we, Ruby?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shall we do this?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Happy birthday, Mike.
Oh, blimey, that's very kind of you.
Yeah, don't drink it all.
Oh.
Woo! Give him a nice big round of applause.
Oh,
yay!
Nice of you indeed. Well, thank you. Thank you.
There we go. Donny McLeod is live on Facebook now saying he loves the video because we're actually Facebook Live over there as well. So wave hello to everyone at Facebook Live.
You've got my glasses on.
You've got your glasses on. Yeah, well, it just proves it's your birthday now. There we go. So what are you doing on your birthday day, which is Wednesday this week, Mike?
It's a school night for everybody. So we had a bit of a party at home on Saturday when my 3 children presented me with the deluxe Abbey Road box set.
Well, what else?
Top one. Wow. So I was very happy with that, as you can imagine. And this Wednesday there'll be quite a bit of dinner with Jules. Well, firstly a tea party with the grandchildren in the afternoon.
Of course.
A bit of cake.
Ooh.
And then out for a bit of dinner with Jules and just nice.
Absolutely.
Low key.
And why not? Now, if you notice... Yeah, well, at your age, you know what I mean. Got to keep it low-key now, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, rock and roll. Anyway, happy birthday, Mike, and thank you very much indeed. We're going to hear from Mike very soon, actually, in about another 5-10 minutes. No, we're not going to phone him. He's live in the studio today, and that is rather spiffing, don't you think, Andy?
Absolutely.
Yes. Right, OK. Let's move on then. Let's have something from Martin Holt and Razor, with Mike in mind, because he forgot to shave today. Oh, wow. What about that then, Andy? What do you think?
That was outstanding.
That was really good, wasn't it? That's well alive there, and obviously Mr. Johnny Mason, and obviously his take on the changing man. And with us live in the studio now, we've got Monsieur Mike Thompson. I don't know why I do the Monsieur bit.
I don't know. I don't know either.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just showing off because obviously you have another Twitter account, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm not saying what it is. I'm not going to tell everyone, which is obviously your very... You like to say things on that one. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. And it always reminds me of a French name. That's why I say it. There, now you know. Right, so, Mike, you are really incredible. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I saw you do a Beatles thing not that long ago. It was you and a couple of other chaps. I can't remember their names now. And that was in a pub down near where you live, actually, where apparently the Beatles played once, or one of the Beatles played in there.
Yeah, Turk's Head, yeah.
Yeah,
Twickenham.
that's the one, yeah, indeed. And you played nothing but Beatles. My goodness sake. Yeah. You were like a kid in a candy shop.
I was indeed, yes. Yeah.
And just after that one, then you was with another band, which is, the Serious Chord Squad, and playing nothing but mod numbers on Brighton Pier. Far cry away from, the Beatles, really.
Yeah, well, not really, not 100 miles away, but I mean,
maybe 56 or 70 miles, something like that. But, the music genres that you play are quite sort of like few and far between, but my goodness me, now I've heard that we're diving back into your 16-year-old record collection, vinyl, with loads of David Bowie sort of spread through it as well, with your brand new band. So tell us a little bit about your band, please. What are they called?
Well, we're called the Moonshaker 4. Moonshaker 4. We want to be called the Moonshakers, but there's a band called the Moonshakers. One thing you find if you form a band these days, trying to get a name is really hard.
Yeah.
They're all sewn up, really. So we just thought there's a variation on it. And I was just kicking my heels in the summer, really, and just thought I need to be doing something. And there was an advert which I answered, auditioned successfully.
Yeah.
And I got invited in, and we've been doing something slightly different. I mean, there's still a bit of Who and Small Faces and Jam in there, of course.
Well, it'd be rude not to,
because
really.
it's all part of the same kind of British culture, I suppose, of guitar bands, that I like. But there's some Squeeze, Elvis Costello, people like that. And also, those classic singles from that time, from Blondie, Talking Heads and things like that. And my brother's record collection was Bowie from when I sort of first turned double figures, 10, 11 in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Supposed to that. So we've got plenty of Bowie in the set, bit of Lou Reed, and so it's predominantly British guitar bands, really, but with a hint of some of the good American ones as well.
Of course, yeah. So you've got sort of both sides of the pond covered, really, then.
Yeah, and it's covers again. I'd like to be doing some original material. Maybe that'll come in due course. But actually, you're playing a pub and people want to hear rock and roll, don't they?
Absolutely, and, they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear your stuff. They just want to hear everybody else's. What's that all about? How rude!
We might develop that. We might get a little half an hour in at some point. I've got some songs knocking around. But actually, you're playing the Railway in Carshalton nearly next month now.
Yeah, it's not far.
Gig. And we're playing a lot of well-known things, but probably perhaps a lot of things that maybe bands don't tend to play. We try to be a bit discerning about what we've done. I mean, strangely enough, a lot of the material we're covering is female vocalists, which I've had to change around the keys and stars a little bit.
Are you sure that they actually sorted your heart out?
Yeah, I feel
they didn't chop anything else off, did they? No, that's okay. Then I'm just wondering because it was keyhole surgery, and they did go through that sort of general area, apparently.
Yes, they did.
Okay,
yes.
Sorry if you're having your tea right now, and I do apologise if you're just tucking into a nice steak and kidney pie. Right, okie dokie. Andy, have you got a question? Of course you have.
I have. Sorry, I'm just about to take a drink of my Dr. Pepper, but there are other drinks out there.
There are other fruity drinks available, yes.
So, yeah, Mike, it's great to see you here. Great to have you here, and I'm really
Andy. Likewise.
I'm really looking forward to hearing what you're going to play for us. But what wanted you to change into going from the Serious Chord Squad to where you are now?
Well, I mean, the squad's doing all sorts of different things, and people are a bit tucked up. So I just wanted to keep busy, really. And as Sean alluded to, I'm in various bands, from wedding function bands to Beatles tribute bands to all sorts of stuff. Wife's very long suffering, and just in a bit of a lull, kicking my heels. And these are sort of, if I think of the Mods and More group that you talk about, and the and more bit, this is the and more bit, really. It's got the mod bit, but it's got things like Blondie and the Beatles and all that sort of stuff as well.
Well, it would be Mike Thompson about the Beatles somewhere in there, wouldn't it?
No,
Come on.
You are correct. You are correct. and some of the stuff we're doing is a bit interesting, a bit different. I'm going to try and reflect that tonight, if I can get these right. I'm a bit under-rehearsed, but there we go. Rough around the edges doesn't matter. And I'm going to be a little bit croony because I haven't got a band behind me, so we'll soften it up a bit. But you'll get the general idea from what we're trying to do. That's good songs, songs that we kind of know of that genre, the late 70s, perhaps early 80s a little bit, shoot off from the new wave period.
Well, I was about to say that because obviously I do a new wave hour here on the station, and I was about to say that I suppose all four of the artists that you mentioned, and don't obviously mention it because Andy's here now, and obviously I want a surprise for the last one, but they all are under that sort of new wave genre, aren't they?
Yeah.
So,
as I say, you alluded to the kind of Mike as a 16-year-old, and that is really my my record collection was Squeeze, and
I love Squeeze. Another band that actually told a story through singing.
God,
yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Okay, so our first song then from yourself, Mike, and you're going to play straight into another one as well.
Yeah. I'm happy that guitar's in tune and it sound all right. I say I'm a little bit under rehearsed, so
don't worry.
Enjoy the roughness around the readiness of it.
We love rough.
Sounds all right. That'll do.
Woo! Come on, yeah. I'm loving that. Do you know, that is absolutely brilliant. That was marvellous, weren't it, Andy? Yeah, it was. Now, that was it the Go-Go's and a little bit of Fun Boy Fee thrown in there for Our Lips Are Sealed?
I can give you the story behind it if you like.
Why not? Go for it.
The Go-Go's supported the Specials on their first American tour.
Correct.
During which Jane Weedlin, the lead singer of the Go-Go's, and Terry Hall...
She was caught in a rush hour, though, weren't she?
She was, yeah. We're having a touch of a fling, shall we say. Naughty.
Naughty.
All the talk of the tour bus was their relationship, so they wrote the song together, and hence the Go-Go's had a hit with it, and eventually the Fun Boy 3.
Yeah, indeed. And I know the Fun Boy 3 later on, they actually re-released it in an Urdu version as well.
Did they?
They really did, and I think I've got a copy of that here somewhere, but we won't embarrass them because obviously your version is so much better.
It's great as well when you learn these songs. You learn so much about it. It's a great song about people putting you down and how you can shield it off and bounce it away. So it's a really kind of good pop song, and Rolling Stone put that in their top 100 pop songs of all time.
Oh, wow. Yes. We've got Mike Thompson, who's rather loud. Hello, Mike.
Hiya, you all right?
I'm good. Now, so we've mentioned a little bit about the brand new band, the Moonshaker 4. So, obviously, we touched on the name earlier. You said it's really hard to find a new name for a band because they're all took.
Basically, yeah.
So, what is Moonshaker? I mean, obviously, it's a moon, you're shaking it. So, why Moonshaker?
No particular reason, I don't think. But I think the idea is she's making a big sound, so it's so loud and happening that the moon is shaking.
Shaking.
But I don't know, that's just off the top of my head, to be honest with you, but there we go.
And why not? There we go. Right, so who is in the band then, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I got invited along for audition in the summer, and it's all successful. And so we have John McNicholas on guitar. He plays a Rickenbacker and a Gibson 335.
No way!
You get the general idea of the guitar sound with that.
Yes, indeed. Everyone owns. Everyone wants to own a Rickenbacker, don't they?
Yeah, I got one. I got a 12-string.
Well, that's just showing off now. They're paying you too much in your present position.
Well, it was a birthday present a while ago. I won't say what birthday it was, but actually, I'm too scared to take it out of the house. So
would I be.
Yeah, but
it just takes the strings for a walk. That's all it does. It leaves the rest of the body at home. Okay, so
and on drums we have Paul Heaven, who great guy,
great name,
full of jokes and entertainment for the band.
Fantastic! What a great name.
Strangely enough, I didn't know this. It was a coincidence, but both of those two chaps work in the same sector that I do in a different area. I won't say too much about that.
No, indeed.
It was a bit of a strange coincidence, but there we go. But anyway, and then the last recruit for the band is a fantastic chap by the name of Martin Hyder on bass, who is really, I play bass, but I'm a guitarist who plays bass. He's a proper bass player. So
he doesn't smile?
He does. Right. And he's capable of actually playing sort of John Entwistle things on his bass. And
no way!
He does, and he moans heavily at me about giving him, let's do it.
So he doesn't smile?
No, he does. Elvis Costello and the Attractions tracks we do.
Yeah.
Because Bruce Thomas, the Elvis Costello bass player, was a real genius.
And,
yeah. And then Martin moans about it. Oh, I can't do that. It's really hard. And the next day he comes in, he's got it note perfect. So he's a really good bass player. He's terrific.
So he's very diligent on the bass then.
Oh God.
Well,
yeah.
I can't wait to see him, and I want to make sure he does smile because it's a known thing, right? Most bass players stand there very solitary. And I mean, obviously, I'm just looking at Entwistle at the moment. He done that quite often, even though he did sing. He actually did sing a few tracks with The Who when he was alive, Boris the Spider, etc. But traditionally, most bass players will stand rooted in one spot. Is it because the bass is a very hard instrument to play, or is it a very easy instrument to play? What do you think, Mike?
Well, it depends. It can be easy if you do it basically, like I do.
Yeah.
Or it can be quite a virtuoso instrument if you're John Entwistle, of course, who streets ahead of most people, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Well, they say he reinvented the bass.
He did, really. I mean, I'm a big Paul McCartney fan of the bass playing, of course, as well.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And Bruce Thomas from the Elvis and Attractions. But, John Entwistle was really, I think, personally, a cut above. You listen to his playing on the Quadrophenia album, it's it's breathtaking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And Pete Townsend often calls him the genius of the band, and perhaps he is. I mean, I think Pete Townsend's songwriting is rather genius, but Entwistle is something to behold.
Absolutely. Well, all four of the original Who lineup all contributed their style, which really the four of them should never have got on. Well, some of the time they didn't, but musically they come from extremes, I think, with the Who. But anyway, I sidetrack a little bit there because obviously we're going to get you to sing another song and play another song in a few records' time. So shall we whet their appetites? Who's it by? Don't tell them the name of the song yet, but who's it going to be by?
Well, it's
two people again.
Kirsty MacColl sang it. Billy Bragg wrote it.
Right. Okay. And I know Billy Bragg actually done it as well. I think he done an acoustic version of it as well, didn't he?
He actually wrote 2 extra verses for Kirsty MacColl's version.
Yes.
She said, "It needs to be a bit longer, Billy." So she said, "Come round my house. I'll cook you a full English breakfast. Write me a couple of verses. Bob's your uncle," which he did. And there you
wow.
So we're going to do the full English breakfast, 2 extra verses today.
Absolutely. And my wife's listening. Does everyone like eggs? Play this in the background for Mr. Mike Thompson because he's got a fabulous Paul McCartney story. I'm not sure if you've heard this, but don't stop him. Okay, just don't stop him because the climax on this is, well, it's sort of more of an anti-climax, but never mind. So, I'm going to set the scene then. So, Mike's busily on the train, going home from work, I believe.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So, a packed choo-choo train. All of a sudden, the doors opened.
And I'm sitting there.
Yeah, and who walks onto the train with no minders, as far as we know, on his own?
Right. Well, I'm sitting in my seat, facing forward.
Yes.
And I'm just sitting in one of my business. I'm going to go in one stop, Charing Cross to Waterloo East, and down the corridor, there's this man walking down the thing, and I'm sitting there, and as he gets closer and closer, it's just like I realise who it is, and I actually just went into kind of. That's probably what started my heart condition, probably. But, I was pinned in my seat, and Paul walks past me. He brushes me with his arm, and then I can hear him behind me. And people are getting on the train going, "Oh, hello!" And you can hear him going that, "Hello, love," it is. And I'm just absolutely shaking to pieces. I mean, this is my all-time hero, And next thing I know, he sort of turns around and goes back up the carriageway, and he's gone. But I wish I had the presence of mind to offer him my seat because I was getting off at the next stop. But he was looking somewhere for discreetly to sit. And,
wow!
I wish I'd done that. I didn't have. I was absolutely an absolute wreck. I was, but it was a real experience just to see him up close, and he brushed my arm as well. So
he did.
And I was, and I'd seen Roger Daltrey on the same train a couple of weeks before.
Yeah, but Roger Daltrey has never done something like this. I mean, what's this all about?
Well, David Bowie did the Laughing Gnome. Come on.
Well, yeah, that's true. Okay, you got me now. That's 1-1 at the moment.
What's Roger Daltrey's Laughing Gnome? I don't know.
No, it's definitely not Roger Daltrey's Laughing Gnome. Oh, I don't know. So we could have asked Paul McCartney, what is We All Stand Together all about? Come on. But it's actually quite a good track. I do like it.
Oh, come on, fair play to him. I mean, people slag him off for it, but I mean, it's a versatility. It's a great kids' tune, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
And he goes across so many genres. He's clever chap.
That's it. So I'm going to let you get your right keys. I think we'll play one more. Are you ready to go?
I can do it. I can do it. Go now, yeah.
Let's go now then. Okay, so live here at Target Radio, we have got Mike Thompson, who's going to play now something from written by Billy Bragg, performed by Kirsty MacColl, and then a bit of both in this mix of a great track. I'll let you introduce it, Mike.
Well, yes, New England, of course.
Brilliant
Thank you
stuff.
kindly.
There we go. I'll tell you what.
Expect full band version of that on November the 9th at the Railway in Carshalton.
Looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to that as well. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the breakfast afterwards as well. That's that done. Let me click that button now. That's done. Now, obviously, we're here with Mike Thompson here, and he's got a brand new 4-piece band called the Moonshaker 4. So we found out that the Moonshaker 4 means absolutely nothing.
That's about right, yeah.
Absolutely nothing, so we've ticked that one, Andy. Yeah, that's it.
I wanted to call us Juju Eyeball after the Beatles lyrics. Already taken.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. as people dive into Beatles lyrics and get band titles, and it's very hard to find one that's...
so you couldn't even have Yellow Submarine or anything like that? It's gone. Oh, that would have been fantastic, wouldn't it? Eh?
Yeah.
All right, maybe not then. Right, that's why I'm not part of a band, I'm part of a radio station. And we call it something sensible, like, John, for goodness sake. Right, okay, so we were talking about music, obviously, and Mike Thompson is a wealth of knowledge. He's got such a huge repertoire of music to his name that he sings, and plays too. So we're trying to work out. Now, obviously, we were, talking about the 70s and 80s, sorts of late 70s and early 80s sorts of new wave music, but the band's going to stretch a little bit further afield, though. Is that right?
Yeah, we've got some American things in there. I'm a big fan of the Velvet Underground, so we do a few of the classics.
Okay.
Sweet Jane, Waiting for the Man. And I don't sing them like Lou Reed, I sing them a bit differently, so but great songs. Plus a bit of Talking Heads.
Oh, no! Which one?
Psycho Killer.
Oh, yes.
And, just that old record collection from when I was a teenager, really.
That's it.
And, I mean, talk about band history. I've obviously told you the story about how I met my wife, Jules, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
But tell everyone again, just in case.
And it links very much into this.
It does. You'll love this.
Well, the first band that I auditioned for in 1978, I was 15 years old.
Now we can work out your age, Mike.
You can, yeah. And sitting there amongst the entourage was my future wife, Jules, who was 16. And it actually was a love at first sight moment, I've got to tell you.
Happy days.
And so music and this period of music is right in my heart, as you can imagine. Because 42 years later, we're still together, 3 kids, 2 grandkids. And so music's a very important thing in my life, as you can imagine.
As Jules is as well.
She's not too bad.
Is she tuned in?
She might be.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. She's just said to me, she is. She's just said to me now, tell Mike I've just changed the locks. Oh, my goodness me. Hang on, Mike, because, that's never going to play. Oh, what a shame. I had something especially for you, but it's not playing. What a shame. Never mind. Okay, carry on.
Well, that's how important music is, and these songs are that as well. So, yeah. It's something different, and it's nice to learn new songs. And I have various bands on the go at various times, and this is just another. Excellent.
So when they first met, it was love at first sight. Jules looked into Mike's eyes, and Mike looked into Jules' eyes. They kept looking until they were cross-eyed. Okay, carry on. Right, that's enough. Oh, hang on, I can do that as well. Hang on, I can do that as well. Right, okay, carry on.
I think you've just about done it there. I mean, how do I follow that with anything, really?
Well, okay. So we're going to talk about music, okay? So you're going to do some Psycho Killer by Talking Heads, but are you going to go further back in field, for our fabulous 60s lot of people?
I have to confess that I've had some quick wins into the set list of some of the tried and tested stuff we do in the set with the squad. And people always seem to like my version of Tin Soldier, so that's in there.
Oh, fantastic. There we go, Andy. You like a little bit of Small Faces?
Quality check.
Oh, absolutely.
Introduce some Who songs as well. And,
Who?
And, of course, Mr. Weller.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And what I was going to say is, I mean, obviously, have you seen the prices of the Who for next year?
Ridiculous, yeah.
It's £200+. So how much is it to come and see you in Colshorton next month?
Free.
It's free. There we go. And he's going to throw a Who cover in there, or maybe a couple if you're very, very lucky.
I've got to say, I did hear at the Wembley Stadium gig that Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend Won't Get Fooled Again just as acoustic.
Yeah.
Which, if you're paying your £200, you want the old light show and the old Roger throwing the old microphone around and the scream and all that, don't you, really?
Well, yeah, absolutely. You want the hairy monster back, don't you, really, live on the stage with going through the lasers and the smoke and everything, like he did back in the sort of like 70s and 80s version of it. But I don't think he's got the hair now for it, is he? No, indeed. So you've only got the video left now for that one, I'm afraid. But, so you're going to be sort of like throwing some Small Faces, The Who, and anything from the Kinks?
Actually, no, but we have been.
I'm not coming. Not coming.
We haven't quite got it ready, but we have been rehearsing Victoria. So
I love that tune.
That will be coming eventually.
Fantastic.
I do love that one myself, actually. Yeah.
Brilliant. And he mentioned Paul Weller and any Style Council.
No, not yet.
And any Weller sort of solo stuff?
No, but there's plenty of choice jam tunes in the set.
Of course, yeah. And we like the jam, don't we, Andy?
We love the jam.
Yeah. That's it. And you know where I'm going with this now, don't you?
I do now.
You do now. Now, Andy's going to be singing this evening.
No, he's not.
Yeah, oh, yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Okay. Nikki's been on. That's your good lady wife?
Hello, lovely.
Yeah, she just said to me, if you don't sing, the locks are going to be changed on your house as well. Don't worry, my lock's already been changed. They won't let me back in. Right, okay, so I am going to hand it back over now to Mike Thompson, and I believe that you're ready to go with this.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall I get Andy to introduce it, or...
You can do. What's your favourite song, Andy, of all time?
Oh, wow. Well, of all time, from 1979.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh, right. Here we go. Well, it's got to be down in the tube station at midnight.
Take it away.
It doesn't sound quite like the same just on an acoustic guitar, but you get the general idea. And
well, you can just never find a tube station when you need one, do you, really? Yes! Well done.
We got there. Well done, Andy.
Well
nice
done. There
Thank
we go.
you
We couldn't have done it without your woo-woo-woo-woos. And we've done that on Facebook Live, and we've got loads of people. Jeff Edgar's watching. Nikki J. Topp-Walker was watching. She's put... Ah, right, okay, we're not going to go there.
I can imagine.
Okay, Sid was on there, Lord Dinardo was on there, Mike Riley was watching, Michael Phillips was watching, Ian Griggs, and I've tagged you two boys in there as well. So we'll share that on Facebook Live right now for everyone else that missed the live performance. Mike, that was absolutely fantastic. I don't think you would be able to do it as good, though, without Andy helping you.
Well, if he comes on to the railway, we'll have him up.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to ask you one other question. You're not doing any Blur that night, are you?
Yes, we are. You're coming.
Okay. Goodbye.
Do we all know about this?
Goodbye then. Right, okay, the future of legend. This is Bill Stone here, live on Target Radio. Right, one more from us then. I'd just like to say thank you very much indeed to Mike Thompson for a spectacular evening this evening. So thank you very much indeed, sir.
Thank you for having me, Sean.
No problems.
Thank you for coming, Mike.
That's it. And don't forget, check him out. His brand new band. That's the Moonshaker 4. And coming to a pub near you very soon. Especially if you are in Carl Shulton. That's his next gig. We'll post all of that up onto our pages just after we finish this evening. So we're going to have a walk in the park. This is Touch here on Target Radio. Thanks, Andy. Say goodbye.
Say goodbye, Andy.